This is a SandyBoy Productions podcast.
Welcome to Finish Lines and Milestones, a podcast for everyday runners. I'm your host, Allie Bretnacher, and if you run, you're a runner, and every runner has a story. Join me each week as I share these stories and we celebrate finish lines and milestones together. I am so excited to welcome a new sponsor to the podcast, Nugs Sour Energy Chews. I actually was introduced to Nugs back in February when I ran the Rock and Roll Las Vegas Half Marathon. There was a shakeout run with Nicole Lynn from Below Average Running, and she brought Nugs for everyone to try. She said they tasted like Sour Patch Kids, and I was like, yeah, right. But they did, and they do, and they are delicious. And I ate my entire package of them on this short shakeout run because they were so good. So take it from me, you've got to try Nugs if you have never heard of them. I actually interviewed their founder, Paige Foote, on my podcast. She's episode number 129. And her husband, Ben, own this company. So it's woman-owned. Ben is a veteran, so it's woman and veteran-owned, and their product is great. Nugs Sour Energy Chews bring you the delicious taste of your favorite sour gummy candy with everything you need to stay energized on the run. Quick digesting carbs, essential electrolytes, easy to chew texture, and they're gluten-free and vegan. They also just announced a brand new flavor, Blue Raspberry Blast, which I have yet to try but cannot wait. And they also have 2 caffeinated flavors that are now available. They are Poolside Pop, you know, like those 4th of July pops, and then Strawberry Lemonade. Cannot wait to try those as well if you need a little caffeine on your run. So if you want to try Nugs, go to nugon.com, or they're also sold on Amazon. But if you go to their website, you can use code AllieB, ALLYB 15, AllieB 15 for 15% off of your first order. Thank you so much to Nugs for supporting this podcast. And then really quick, before I tell you about this week's guest, I just have to say thank you for listening. Spotify Creators, which is where I host my podcast, has done a Spotify Wrapped, of course, and I found out that 101 of you have Finish Lines and Milestones as your number 1 podcast. So thank you so much for listening. It means a lot, especially those who shared with me that I was number 1 for them. It's just really cool. And I can't wait to see where this show goes next year. It's really exciting. So appreciate you. And if you don't already, follow along, share, rate, review, so that we can continue to grow this community together. And now for this week's guest, I have Caroline Barlow, who is getting ready to run the St. Jude, Memphis half marathon this weekend in honor of her brother, David. And she also works for St. Jude. So I really loved getting a chance to sit down with Caroline and hear her story. She's been a runner for a really long time and now does it in such a cool way to honor her brother. So I think you're going to really be inspired by Caroline. And if you are inspired by her story, I'm going to link to her St. Jude fundraiser in the show notes and on my social media. So if you feel so inclined, please go support Caroline and her family with Team David. Thank you, Caroline, for being on the show. And now here's our conversation. Good morning, Caroline. Welcome.
Good morning, Allie. Thank you.
So nice to finally meet you.
You too.
How was your weekend?
Busy. We were
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, we were at Monumental Marathon this past weekend. So got there before the race, set up our little Heroes hospitality booth for our St. Jude runners, and was there at the finish line area waiting for all of them to come across and celebrate them and all their accomplishments. So super fun day.
So good. And we were just saying how happy we are that it's not today, because as we were recording this, it was the snow day.
Yeah, first snow of the year.
So on a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you set up the hospitality tent at the beginning?
So it's like with the running clubs over by like Gear Check and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't. So do you move it for the finish line?
No, it stays there the whole time.
Okay. I don't know why, because after I finished my race, went by all the running clubs.
Yeah.
Was it in that row?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was.
I didn't. Where?
We were between Tri-City Runners and PBT.
Okay, I must not have walked far enough down. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
because you and I
you were just tired from running a race.
Yeah, I was tired, and then I like went to the fence by the clubs and just spectated and screamed,
nice. Very
screamed my
nice.
little heart out.
Oh, fun.
So that
That's
was
so fun.
much fun.
Yes.
It was the perfect day.
Yeah, could not have been better weather for that. So
Yeah.
really
How
happy
many
with that
runners
one.
did you guys have?
We had 8,
Awesome.
which was good. Yeah, our first year doing this in a long time. So excited
Well,
about it.
thank you. We're so
Yeah.
happy to have St. Jude heroes. My friend Alex Baker was out there in his
Yes, he
cancer
was.
outfit.
Yes, we love Alex. He's great. What a
Yeah.
great representation of us and what we do.
Totally.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So you're a pretty big runner in terms of like your background.
Yes, I started officially running, I guess, in 6th grade. And yeah, so like almost 2 decades now.
Wow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you got to run in college?
I did. I ran at University of Alabama for 5 years even.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Where are you from originally?
So my family's from Indiana, but we moved to Florida when I was in elementary school. So I grew up in like Naples, Florida area.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yep. And I was there all through high school and then went to Alabama for college. And then my now husband happens to be from Zionsville. So it kind of worked out so perfectly for us to be here now. Mhm.
Yeah. Where in Indiana is your family from?
Southern, like Bedford, Mitchell area.
Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
And then, Naples. My parents are there now.
No way. Of course, yes.
Like before this weekend, even last weekend, they headed down south for the winter.
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with because
Right.
I love going to visit,
Yes.
but I hate that they're not here.
I know. Yes,
So,
it's hard.
yeah, they're in Bonita Springs
Oh,
in
fun.
Naples. It's
Very
such a
nice.
beautiful
It is.
area.
Yeah.
So lucky to be able to go
It
visit
is.
them there. So you were used to the heat then when you went to Alabama.
Yes, I was used to the heat, but even Alabama had like a lot more hills than I was used to.
Really?
Yeah, Naples is like completely flat, but then like our cross country course was quite hilly, and a lot of the places we would go run had quite a few hills, so that was an adjustment
Interesting.
for
Okay,
me.
so where in Alabama is that?
Tuscaloosa, it's like an hour like northwest of Birmingham.
Okay, so where is the Gulf?
South.
Really far south.
Really
So
far
we're
south.
talking-
Yeah.
You're in like the northern part.
Yeah, more northern part.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, my geography just in general is not that great, especially when it comes to states that I haven't frequented. I've been
Right,
to
right.
Alabama, but I don't know anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So more the northern part of the state. So are there mountains to speak of, or is it just kind of like rolling hills?
Just rolling hills,
Okay.
really. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some mountains, I guess, but not near us.
And your parents were coaches, is that right?
My dad was a coach. Well, he started coaching me in middle school and then coached me all through high school. Yeah, but then
I didn't realize he coached you.
Yes, he was my coach, which was fun. There were moments, where we'd get in arguments. My mom would get annoyed with us, like, fighting with each other over running stuff. But
It's so funny. Yeah, my dad was my soccer coach a lot when I was young.
oh, so you
But
get
never,
it.
not in like, high school.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level, especially like, I don't know. I was a pain when I was in high school, so I knew everything.
Right. Yes,
So
of course.
having
Who
my dad
doesn't?
as my coach would have been, pretty tough. But yeah, that's so interesting, but
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. And then my husband's mom, so my mother-in-law, was a high school coach here as well. So
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what high school here?
Zionsville.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
really cool.
Mhm.
And so what did you run in high school?
So cross country, of course, and then the 1600 and the 3200 were my main events, and then I would do the 4x8 with my team as well.
Okay, so
Mhm.
more long distance.
Yes, definitely more distance.
Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
so at what point did you do any sort of like races like to speak of? Did you do that not until after college or while you were younger?
Like long distance races, you mean? Yeah, so I actually did my first half marathon while I was in college. It was the St. Jude Memphis Marathon weekend. Yeah, so that was my first half.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah. How special. And you have a sibling,
Mm-hmm.
David.
Mm-hmm.
Was he your only sibling?
No, so I have an older brother and a sister as well.
Oh my gosh, there's 4.
Yes.
Parents are crazy. I have so much respect for people with,
Yeah.
I have 2 young girls
Uh-huh.
and people who have 3, 4 or beyond. I'm just in awe.
Yeah, it made things busy but really fun. So
Yes.
yeah.
And so were you all active? Did you all run?
So it's actually funny. So my little brother is the only one who really didn't run. He did it for one season and kind of hated it and never really did it again. But the rest of us, yes, we were all runners.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And did your dad coach all of you then?
He did, yeah, for
Oh.
some portion of high school at least.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it was very special.
And then what made you choose Alabama for college?
So I knew I wanted to go to like a bigger university, preferably somewhere in the South where it was warm all year. And so I took my official visits and then just ended up really loving the team and the coaches at Alabama. And so that was my first visit that I went on. And I remember like getting to campus and being like, oh, this is what college looks like in movies. Like, this is where I want to go.
That's why I went to Miami High. I literally stepped on the campus and it was a like bluebird day, not in the sky. Everything's red brick. And I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, hard to beat.
Yeah, that's really cool. So what about your other siblings? Where did they go to college?
So my older brother started at University of Florida and then moved around a bit, ended up graduating from Utah State.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. He's a geology guy. So Utah's a good place for that. Yeah. And then my sister went to Harvard, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just she had to make you all look.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool. And then at what point, I would love to talk about David. I don't know how to just like bring it up out of the blue.
Of course, yeah.
He's obviously a really big part of your story and your running story. And your professional life too, which is so crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so he was 5 years younger than me. And he was diagnosed with cancer during my freshman year of college.
Okay.
Yep. So he was a patient at St. Jude for about 2 years until he ultimately passed away. He was diagnosed with a super rare and aggressive form of cancer called desmoplastic small round cell tumor, which is it's a form of sarcoma. It's like less than or around 200 cases have ever been diagnosed.
200 ever?
Yeah. So very rare, very aggressive. And St. Jude ended up being like one of the only places that had treatment options at all for him. So that's where we went. So I mark it all kind of by my track seasons because that's kind of when all the big milestones of it happened. So it was like right before our conference track meet my freshman year. I remember my dad called me, told me what was going on. And then like maybe 2 weeks later, he ended up like, that's when he got to St. Jude and they started treatment right away.
That's so fast.
Yeah, it was really fast. So that was like 2 weeks from they found out he even had cancer to like making it to St. Jude.
Yeah, okay.
Crazy.
So he would have been not even in high school then if he's 5 years younger? Okay.
Yeah, he was in 8th grade. He was 14 at the time.
8th grade?
Yeah. Tough time.
Jesus. Okay, so what were his, like, how did they know to get him checked for?
So my older brother actually has Crohn's disease. So David's cancer was in his stomach. And so he was kind of complaining of like stomach pains and that kind of thing. My parents thought, this is around the same time as when Clay, my older brother, started experiencing Crohn's symptoms. We better go make sure this isn't that. And it wasn't.
Gosh, that sucks because they probably were like, oh, this is probably that.
Yeah.
And 8th grade. That's insane.
Yeah.
And then you had to find out over the phone, which had to be kind of.
Yeah. So I remember I was in a class and my dad is texting me, call me right now. And that, it's not something that normally happens whenever your parents send you those kind of messages. Yeah, you start panicking. I actually had a time trial coming up right after this class to see who's going to make like our conference roster. So really bad timing for that.
Did you still do that?
I did. And you know what? I didn't even tell my coach what had happened yet because I just wanted to like be focused. Something I obviously regret now, but can't go back and change.
There's no playbook.
No.
Supposed to
go tell your coach your brother has cancer. So yeah, that didn't go well.
I was gonna say either like went like crazy well, or you were like, I can't like even.
Yeah, was not my finest running. That's for sure.
Did you tell your coach like after the fact even like, hey, this
I
really
can't.
Hard, or?
Yeah, I can't quite remember when exactly I told him. Actually, I kind of think that one of my my best friend, roommate, teammate told him for me.
That would be.
Yeah. And I remember him like texting me like, why didn't you say that?
Right. And you're like,
I don't know. Just processing still. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And everybody does that in such different ways.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. Speaking it out loud makes it more real.
For sure.
Okay. So that was in the fall?
That would have been like winter of my freshman year. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to picture when the St. Jude half would have been.
Yeah. So my family first participated. So that would have been 2015. So they first participated December 2015. I didn't go to that one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it does fall. So it's like the weekend after Thanksgiving, first weekend of December. So it's kind of at the end of cross country into track and finals time, all of that.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So my sophomore year, I didn't participate. So I think my first one would have been, actually it was 2017. So after my brother passed was the first one I did, but my family did it. Yeah.
Okay.
The years he was in treatment as well.
So if he was in treatment, was he like out there?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, he was. So it's actually one of the really cool things about this race is you run through the hospital campus.
Yeah, I can't even.
And so all the patients and families can be there and like cheering you on. And that can be super emotional for a lot of runners. So one year, I think he was actually inpatient when the race happened. So he and my mom watched kind of from the hospital windows. And then another year, he got to go around on the course. And I remember my older brother telling me a story about how, like, to get into the special VIP hospitality area, he, like, pulled his little beanie off his head and showed that he was bald so they would let him in.
He's like, hey,
yeah,
I can get in wherever
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
My family, I wish I would have looked up when my family did the St. Jude.
Yeah.
Because they did it all without me, which is
No,
easy
you'll have
to think about. I don't know why I didn't do it. I must have had something better to do, probably. I think I was in high school or college.
Yeah.
But they all went and they all did it.
Mm-hmm.
And because we know Susie Tatum, who
Of
works
course.
for St. Jude
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
It's a family friend of ours. I
Mhm.
went to high school with Amanda and Kelsey,
Right.
her late sister. So that's how we got introduced to St. Jude. And so they went and did it.
Yeah.
And it's a race that I definitely need to
It's
do.
one of my favorite races by far. I would say I've done it. I guess this will be my 10th year running it this
Wow.
year. Yeah, so that's super exciting, and it just gets better every time I'm there, I think. It's super moving, meaningful. and-
Yeah. It's in Nashville?
Memphis.
Memphis, gosh.
Memphis, yeah.
I knew it was. Okay, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes.
And how is the race? Is it hilly? Is it?
There are some hills. So there's a 5K, a 10K, a half, and a full there.
Okay, all of them.
Yes, everything. Yeah, you've got choices. I'd say the 5K and the 10K are not hilly, but the half and the full, they definitely.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, your 10th time. So I'm trying to do the math in my head of how long David lived with cancer. Was it?
It was about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, you might have said
Mhm.
that already. And
Mm.
2 years. That seems like a long time for such
It
an
is a
aggressive
long time.
form of cancer.
Yeah. So we started treatment March 2015, and the treatment initially was going super well. Maybe like August, September of 2015, he underwent like this kind of groundbreaking surgery where they removed as much of the tumor and did all this stuff. And that was super successful. We actually like got to the point where we were thinking like, these scans that he's going to go do are going to be like the all clear. We were ready to move on and kind of like, pick out where he was going to go finish high school and thinking about the future and all that, when those next scans ended up saying, it's back and it's spread, and the form of cancer he has, like once it comes back, it's almost impossible to treat. So it was like a year and a half of everything going really well, and then about 6 months where it was just kind of,
okay, that was.
this is all we can do sort of thing.
So I realize we didn't really tell people what St. Jude is and why it's so special.
Yeah. So St. Jude is a children's research hospital in Memphis, Tennessee, where all the patients there are participating in some sort of research for cancer or other catastrophic illnesses. And patients and families never pay for treatment, travel, housing, or food, which is truly incredible because,
So incredible.
yeah, like you can imagine, experimental research treatment is often not covered by insurance. And
Right.
that can be devastating for a family on top of what they're already going through. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he how does that work for treatment? Like go for treatment, not necessarily stay, right? Like in and out of that?
Yeah. So it's different for every patient. Some get to do that where they'll go for, a week, a couple weeks, whatever, few days, whatever they need, and then can go home. Because of how aggressive treatment had to be for my brother, we actually ended up moving there, and we were there for the full 2 years. And so St. Jude provides housing for patients and their families.
Oh,
So
yeah.
started it's called Target House. So it was like kind of apartment style housing. So at first it was my mom and my brother. Then after I finished my freshman year of college, I lived with them for that summer. and would go with them to the hospital during the day and that kind of thing. And then eventually, because my dad wanted to move up there as well, we ended up renting a house separately. But most patients could stay in the housing the whole time if they want to.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And what did your mom do for work where she was able, I mean, that'd be hard too.
Yeah.
Being parents.
Yeah.
Deal with that.
So she did some bookkeeping and things, but ended up stopping that at that point and just was full-time caregiver.
Yes.
Yeah. And learned way more than she ever wanted to know about, changing IV bags and all that kind of stuff.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And what about your other siblings? Because they were Florida, Harvard,
Yeah, we were all in college at the time. At one point, my older brother ended up moving to live in Memphis with my parents and brother as well, and took classes at University of Memphis during that time, so he could spend some more time with them.
That's so great that you got that whole time.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is, I think, one of the things we're most thankful for and wouldn't have happened if we were being treated anywhere else is the time that St. Jude gave my family together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So amazing. Were you really close to David?
We were, yeah. So there was probably a year or so where we were the only two living at home with my parents and, got to just spend a lot of time together. Yeah, we were super close. He always would come to my races and watch and cheer despite not being a runner himself. He did love to cheer his siblings on and very supportive. And I remember he would text me before races telling me good luck or asking me what my times were so he could brag to his friends and all that kind of thing.
So sweet.
Yeah.
That's so special. And at 5 years apart, were you ever in school together?
I was a fifth grader when he was in kindergarten, but after that was it. Yep.
Yeah, my girls are 4 years apart, so I always try to do the math. But yeah, they'll be bookends of
high school. Yeah, which will be fun. Cool. It will be very fun.
Yeah, to be able to be the old, especially the older.
Yeah, show them around. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you at least rode the bus together for 1 year.
For 1 year, yeah.
Yeah. So your first half marathon at St. Jude, after losing your brother, I just tell people what that was like deciding to do it, having to train for it while you were in college.
Yeah. So I was still running in college at the time. So luckily training was kind of just my training and that was kind of just my long run for the week. But yeah, as soon as he passed, we decided, this year we're going to do a very large Team David at Memphis. We're going to raise as much money as we can. I think we ended up having over 100 people on our team that year, which was really incredible. Cool. Yeah. I can't remember how much we raised that year, but I know it was the highest that we've ever done. Maybe in the $70,000 range for that year, which was, incredible. But running it, I remember thinking I run all the time. This will be no big deal. And then you run through campus of the hospital and you see all these patients and families. And I remember getting really emotional.
Oh my gosh.
I think actually speeding up, which did hurt later in the race, of course. But it was nice I had high school, college teammates that came and did it with me and just felt really supported and loved.
What time of year did David?
He passed, it was spring break, April.
Okay. Yeah. So when did Team David start while he was still alive? Right when he was diagnosed?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. And to this day, you've raised almost $500,000.
Yeah, we're getting really close to $500,000, which is a big milestone for us. We're excited about.
That is, that's so much.
Yeah.
It makes such a big difference in so many people's lives.
For sure.
Incredible.
Yeah. That is how St. Jude is funded, is primarily through donations and fundraising. So it takes a lot of effort to put that kind of institution together. And it's nice to be even a small part of that. So
yeah. Do you remember the feeling of crossing that first finish line?
Yes, for sure. I have a picture of it somewhere. Bit of relief, bit of excitement, just all the emotions coming out.
Were your parents and your other siblings, I'm assuming there, did they run? Did they
so they ran, my brother and dad did the full marathon that year.
Okay.
And my older brother, he has this super funny Instagram reel of him doing it where he's, checking in every mile. He really didn't train for this. So he gets to mile 15 or so, pretty okay. And then each mile check-in after that is getting more and more painful. But he made it across the line. Couldn't walk for 2 weeks after, but he finished. So, yeah.
And have you done the full marathon there as well?
I signed up for it one time, ended up having knee issues and couldn't finish it. But
Okay. Well, there's still a chance.
There's
at
still a
some point?
chance. We'll see.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of like working it as well.
Oh, good
Working
point.
the
I
expo
didn't
and
even
stuff.
think
So
of
it's
that
a lot.
aspect.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Uh-huh.
That is, yeah. As somebody who is part of helping run a race, like organize
Yes.
and volunteer and do all the things around a race.
Right.
Yeah. Running the marathon.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like for a marathon, you got to give it its credit and be like sitting on your couch for 2 days
Yeah.
beforehand, just eating carbs and
Yeah,
all
right.
that.
Not running around.
No.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, man. So what other races have you done?
So I've done Monumental. I did the full marathon there. That was my first full
Okay,
marathon.
what year was that?
The year that it was really rainy and windy.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Was it the ice rain year? No, it would have been
Ooh,
after that.
It would have been.
Was it 2022 then?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was 2022.
That was I call that the wind year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was brutal. That was the
Yes.
first year I ever did the full at Monumental.
Right.
As well.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were at mile, like, I don't know, 23 or something,
Exactly.
and it just smacked you in the
You
face.
turn on Meridian and you see like where you're gonna end up. And it just literally, I remember my feet. I could feel my feet.
Yeah.
from under
Like
me
you felt like you were not moving at all.
at all. It was brutal.
Uh-huh.
It was super humbling.
Very much.
Okay,
so.
that was your first marathon ever?
That was my first marathon ever. Yes.
And only so far?
No, I've done 2.
Okay.
So my second one was not this past, so 2024.
Okay.
The Traverse City Bayshore Marathon, which was
Oh.
a beautiful one. Highly recommend.
Yeah. Traverse City is really hilly though.
It wasn't too bad because it's like right along
Okay, so the course
the
wasn't
lake.
too bad.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The course wasn't too bad.
I did a Ragnar that started in Traverse City and went to Muskegon, Michigan. And it was pretty hilly. The route that
Yes.
I ran initially
Yes.
out of Traverse City. But it's so, so pretty there.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have like Lake Michigan on one side and like cherry trees on the other. So
How did you pick it?
I was just looking for like a good fast one in driving distance, and that one was like the right time of year for me for
What
it to
time of
work
year is
out.
that? I can't remember.
End of May.
End of May.
Yeah, so it's like probably still going to be really good weather, not
Yeah.
hot yet, especially up there.
Right.
Yeah, so just timing and location worked out.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What did you study in college?
So I have an undergrad degree in psychology and then a master's in human development and family studies.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you graduated from college, you didn't initially work at St. Jude, right? Or did you?
No, I did not. So I graduated and did those degrees thinking I wanted to be a child life specialist, which was a role I found out about at St. Jude when my brother was there.
What does that mean?
So they work with patients and their siblings, like kids, and kind of teach them what's going on with them at the hospital, kind of like help them prepare for procedures and that kind of thing. So it's a lot of like play-based and emotional support-based activities.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So really meaningful. And that's what I wanted to do. But then ended up finishing my master's spring 2020 with COVID. And you have to do a hospital internship, which got kind of shut down for a temporary amount of time. So then I took a like social work style job in like rural St. Louis area working with middle schoolers and high schoolers that had some kind of like mental health diagnosis,
Wow.
which I think wasn't enough for me to realize like that kind of like day-to-day interaction with these very emotional cases would have been a lot for me. And I don't know that I could have done that for that long. And so then when my husband finished grad school, we moved up here and I started working for a small nonprofit until about a year ago. And now I'm at St. Jude. So.
Okay. Which nonprofit did you work for?
Joseph Maley Foundation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes really, really special people to be able to do
Absolutely.
that work. I don't know how people do that for a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely a very special type of person that like has the empathy for it, but can kind of like compartmentalize.
Like, go home and not even.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could not just let that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's something you have to learn over time.
Yeah.
But I think I much more enjoy working on this side of things where, you know, still supporting those families,
You
but
are
in a
doing
different
such
way.
meaningful work.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, it's not like where you're like directly in the trenches. Well,
absolutely.
And especially after having the personal experience that you had. Like,
yeah, for sure. It was hard not to like kind of put my own feelings into every situation.
Absolutely. Okay, so St. Louis. Wait, where did you meet Oliver, your husband?
Quick break in the show to tell you about another sponsor of this podcast, Amazfit. Amazfit is a company that's been around since 2015, but if you were like me, you may have never heard of them. They are a global smart wearable brand that designs smartwatches, fitness trackers, and health technology for active lifestyles, aka us. And I recently got my hands on their Balance 2 watch and Helio strap, and I use the watch obviously for running and the Helio strap to help track my sleep. But what you really need to know about Amazfit is that the price point is great. It's very competitive compared to other big brands that you're used to. So their watches range anywhere from $99 to $399. You essentially get the same features and quality as a $1,000 watch for less than half the price. And there's a long-lasting battery life. The Garmin I have today lasts about 4 days, and this Balance 2 lasts 21 days. So I don't have to worry or obsess over charging it like I do my Garmin. They also have one ecosystem. So with the watches, again, they have a strap. They also have a ring for 24/7 fitness tracking. You don't have to have multiple apps. Everything connects in their app called the Zepp Health app. And there are no additional fees or subscriptions with their watches. They also offer AI coaching, which I have not tried, but it is there. And so if you are in the market or a runner in your life is in the market for a new watch, be sure to check out Amazfit. And you can use code ALLYB, ALLYB, for 10% off of your order. Thank you, Amazfit, for supporting this podcast. This podcast is also brought to you by Previnex. Previnex creates clinically effective supplements that promote longevity, performance, and everyday health. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know that I use Previnex every single day. I take their gut and greens superfoods as my green of choice first thing in the morning to help with immunity, to help with natural energy, gut health, even some anti-aging benefits, but it has just become part of my routine. I swear when we went on fall break, I didn't take my Previnex with me and I got sick. So now I make sure I travel with it. I had forgotten it and I'm not going to make that mistake again. I really do believe that it helps with my immunity. I also feel the effects of the natural energy, which as the mom of 2 young girls and a runner is something that I always am in need of. And they don't just make the greens product, they have other products that I use as well. So if you are interested in trying Previnex, go to Previnex.com, that's Previnex.com, and you can use code ALLY, ALLY 15 for 15% off of your first order. Thank you, Previnex, for supporting this podcast. Now back to the show.
Wait, where did you meet Oliver, your husband?
So we actually met on the track team at Alabama.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fun. So
yes.
What did he run? What were his events?
So he would do cross country, but his main event was the 800, sometimes 1,500 mile.
Okay, so you were on the team together and
yes.
That was it?
That was, well, so he's actually 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
So it's kind of fun. We say that like the first time we really talked to each other was on a bus ride back from a track meet. Where I was so excited because I thought I was going to get like the row of seats to myself. And then he had run a 4x4 and was like last one on the bus. And my seat was open. But we talked the whole like 8 hours back. And yeah.
No wonder you wanted the seat to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was going to get to sleep, but.
Yeah. Like, oh, yay.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's worked out in the long run though.
That is a pretty cute story.
It
really.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. That you're like, okay, yes. 8 hours of then chatting and not sleeping.
Yes, exactly.
That's funny. And then did he like ask for did you exchange numbers? And then...
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. We probably had each other's phone numbers already, just being on the team. Yeah, together. We went on our like first date a couple of weeks later, and then yeah.
What'd you do for your first date?
We went to breakfast.
Oh.
Yes. After a run, of course. We didn't run together, but had to run.
After getting your runs in.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And how long have you been married?
Just over a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And you have Teddy as your dog?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What is Teddy?
He's breed? A Brittany doodle.
What is that?
Like a Brittany Spaniel and it's like a type of hunting dog, like a Cocker Spaniel, kind of like in that family.
Okay, so what color? Is Teddy black and white?
No, he's like the reddish brown with like a white spot on his chest.
Okay.
Yeah, he's super cute.
Does he like the snow?
He does. It was actually hard to get him inside this morning.
We have a golden doodle, Doug.
Yes.
And he's 11.
Oh.
And so this morning, of course, the girls wanted to go out in the snow. And so he also gets real excited to run.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Even though
yeah.
he's getting old, he still loves it. But then I feel like he doesn't stay out as long as he used to.
Right. I mean, it is cold.
It is cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so you moved here. Remind me when.
It would have been 2022,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So were you married? Did you get married here?
Yes, we got married at the Ritz-Charles up in Carmel. Yeah.
Okay. That's where my senior prom was.
Oh, love it.
A million years ago. It's like it was there,
Yes.
but it was they've like since redone.
Yeah,
it. So
they've done
beautiful.
it's a great venue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And so, okay, so you worked for a small nonprofit, and then
Mhm.
how did the opportunity with St. Jude come about?
So there's a local advisory panel for St. Jude that my dad sits on.
Okay.
And so they, mentioned there's an opening. Do you know anyone that kind of has these qualifications? And he was like, oh, my daughter does. And they sent me the application link and applied, went through the process and got it. And yeah, I've been
That's
here
so
ever
cool.
since. Mhm.
That like feels like also like meant to be, like
Oh, for sure.
there's an
Yeah.
opportunity that came up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got
Yeah.
my
I know
daughter.
someone who can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so are your parents here?
They are. They
Okay.
moved up here about a year after I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They're like following you up.
Following me around. Yeah. All their college friends and everyone are here. We kind of joke that they like have more of a social life than us.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What part of town do they live on?
They're up in Fishers.
Fishers. Okay.
Mhm.
That's nice. That's so great to have them close.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where do your other siblings live now?
My brother and his wife are in Florida, and my sister and her husband are in Boston.
Okay.
Mhm.
Florida. That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Again, back to the whole like
Yeah.
having somebody to visit.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Looks
Very
really nice right about now.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, so tell people about the work that you do for St. Jude.
Yeah, so I am a development specialist for the Indiana area. So there's several different programs that I kind of manage, one of which is our Heroes program, which are runners that fundraise for us through races like Monumental, and then, of course, our St. Jude Memphis Marathon. But there's also opportunities to get race bibs for like all the world major marathons. A lot of the rock and roll races support us. So that's one aspect.
Are you always like looking for new races to be a part of? Or that would be more at the corporate level. They like make those partnerships happen.
Yeah,
Like here's all the races where
Yeah.
you want to get heroes to be a part of.
for sure. Yeah. And I mean, there are some opportunities for us with local races, things like that. So like that's how Monumental came about
Yeah.
for us. Mhm.
Yeah. Do you do anything with Carmel yet?
We have in the past. I was at their expo this past year before
Oh,
they didn't get to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I know. That was brutal.
I know. That was dangerous.
Okay. And then and the amount of money somebody like a runner raises depends on the race, right?
So different races, and then there's different levels you can sign up for.
Okay.
So like for Memphis Marathon, the highest level, I think they commit to raising $10,000 as an individual, which of course you get like your hotel room, things like that, flights, stuff in exchange
Okay.
for
Right,
that
right.
work.
That's a lot of work. It's like Alex
absolutely.
Baker level.
Yes. Yeah. Alex Baker is a prime example. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like he's fundraised for Berlin. He's getting ready to do London. Yeah. He's done a lot of.
And then does your team come up with ways to help? Like,
Yes.
it seems like there's so many. I love learning about all the creative ways that people
Oh my
come up
gosh.
with to
Yes.
fundraise.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's part of what I would do is I help our local Indiana heroes kind of figure out their fundraising. I'll meet with them. We can talk through like, what's your community look like? What kind of opportunities do you have? What are your interests? How can we mesh those to
Mhm.
come up with a fundraising plan for you? And we'll kind of people figure that out.
What are some of your like most fun or like favorite ways you've seen?
Yeah, so we have a super high level hero down in Evansville, and she does a couple car shows every year.
Interesting.
Yeah, which raises a ton. And then Alex Baker's Catch Up to Cancer is one of the most creative fundraising campaigns I've
Right?
seen,
It's
which
like-
is awesome.
Yeah, and I'm
Uh-huh.
so honored. I helped make the stickers.
Oh,
Such
that's
stickers I made.
awesome.
So
Love it.
people can go buy one of those stickers, and then
Uh-huh.
anything besides like what it actually
Yeah,
cost
the
me to make the
cost.
sticker goes to his
Yeah,
fundraising
that's
efforts.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of people will like do social media posts or dine to donate kind of events, things like that. So yeah.
I love seeing like the ones where you can sign up to like have like a mile.
Yeah,
like,
support.
things
Yeah,
like that.
sponsor a mile, sponsor a long run, training run, that kind of thing. Yeah. For
Okay,
sure.
and so that's the first part of your job is the
Yes,
heroes, which is
yes,
big. And so
yes.
people who are listening, I ask so many questions because I'm like, well, if people are interested in being
Yeah.
part of that, like, what do they do? Just go to the website and sign up, or?
Yes, so there's like an interest form. If you say you want to do it for Chicago Marathon, you would click the button, like fill in your information, and you'd get notified when registration for that opens. Or they can contact me and I'll get them the information for whatever races we have going on.
And you only, I imagine, have only a certain number of bibs. So is there a process to like where they have to kind of prove that they're capable of fundraising?
Yes. Yeah. So it depends on the race. So like for Boston Marathon, for example, we only get 5 bibs for that.
We get 5.
Oh, we only get 5. It depends on the year,
That's
but
for Indiana.
yeah. No, for all of St. Jude, we get 5. So yes, because it's Boston, so everyone wants to do it. So for that, there's like you'll fill out your application, and then there's an interview process.
Wow. Did Alex do Boston for St. Jude?
He did it for
Dana-Farber
for
okay.
Boston. Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, yeah,
because there's only 5. Yeah.
So
yeah. It's super competitive. So we'll have like hundreds of people applying for these 5 spots. So you kind of have to prove like I've already got my fundraising plan. I'm not even going to hit the minimum. I'm going to go above and beyond, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it also helps, like, if you've run with us before, then, you know, we know that you care about our mission and really want to support what St. Jude does. Yeah, but for other races, so, like, for, like, the rock and roll races, it's just an option when you register to sign up as a hero. So that's a little less competitive.
Right. If you just sign up and you're like,
say,
I
want to support.
I want to support. Yeah, I did New York City in 2018, and I did Alex's lemonade stand.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But I didn't, my friend had signed up to do it, and so I literally, like, my husband and I give every year, and so we just, you know, moved our giving to be
to be your fundraising.
So I didn't really do, like, a whole bunch, like, I didn't do any fundraising.
Right.
And then didn't do the dinner, which I really kind of regret at this point, because now that I've been a part of Ainsley's Angels, which I did Marine Corps with, you just realize that it's more than just signing up and, like, getting the funds.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a
There's
community.
a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of community aspect to it. So for Monumental, which I know isn't, like, as huge as St. Jude, but, like, did you do a dinner or anything like that for Monumental? Or
we didn't this year. Planning on doing that in the future. But yeah, we had like our little meetup spot and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times they'll give you, like, you get swag as a part
yes,
of it,
absolutely.
all this other stuff. Like, people who haven't done it before just have, I mean, like, I literally had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So like for Memphis Marathon, there's a massive pasta party where we actually run out of tickets. It's so big. So it's hundreds of people, all that have fundraised for us. And that's, super meaningful. They'll have, you know, people come and speak and share about why they do it, and
gosh, it
celebrate.
To be like a whole new level of inspiration.
Absolutely,
too, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so heroes,
just
one part of the job.
Yes,
kind of crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we have that. Another program that I manage is called St. Jude Leadership Society, and so this is for high school students. They enroll in this leadership society. And it's monthly sessions, kind of each focusing on different leadership traits, which we base off of Danny Thomas, the founder of St. Jude, and kind of these leadership traits that he embodied. So they get this free leadership opportunity, and they learn how to fundraise. And then if they reach like a certain fundraising threshold, they get to actually come to Memphis over the summer with all these other members from all across the country, learn more about St. Jude, tour the campus, do all this incredible stuff. Yeah, so we have an Indianapolis cohort for that.
And how many students from Indianapolis?
So last year we had just 3.
Okay.
This year applications are open. So
not that a ton of high school kids listen to this.
No, but if their
parents high school kids listen to this.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so applications are currently open. I think we've had 4 or 5 apply so far, and still getting ready to go on that. I'm actually going to go speak to some high school classes this week about it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so where do they go apply for that? Just on?
So they would go to stjude.org/SJLS.
Okay. St. Jude Leadership
Society. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's such a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, as somebody, again, in high school, I wasn't looking for those types of opportunities. I didn't understand the importance of those types of things. Like, what a great opportunity for young people.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think, and often when they do it once, they want to come back and do it again and fundraise more and get more involved via our peer advisor, which are kind of like the mentorship role side of it. So I think it's a super special opportunity for kids. And
How long has that program been around?
it's pretty new.
Okay.
It's one of our newer ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's really cool. Well, hopefully
Yes.
this will get the word out and help
Yes, hope
some
so.
more applicants
Mhm.
because
Yes.
that's great opportunity.
For sure.
And are they typically, do they intermingle with like running? Like, do you find that it's like
So some of them actually
cross-country?
do. Yeah, we have a lot of members of SJLS that are high school runners, things
Yeah.
like that, which is funny. Like, I just feel like that personality really fits it
Yeah.
quite well.
Yeah.
Which we've had some students in other parts of the country like put on a color run or a fun run as their fundraising aspect for the program. Impressive to
Smart.
be able to have that on your resume.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I'm thinking of it in general as a great resume builder.
Oh, for
because,
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really incredible. And like when you're looking for like to go to applying for school or just get a job or anything.
Yeah, you can already say like, yeah, I know how to do these things.
And then is there more to your job?
There is more. So a couple other things. We have some radiothons. With our local radio stations across Indiana. So I support a couple of those.
What does that entail?
So it's like they'll do a 2-day radiothon for us. So I'll be at their radio station with them for those 2 full days where every hour they're talking about St. Jude and why it's so important trying to get people to sign up as a partner in hope. So a monthly donor
Okay.
for us.
Do
So
they call in?
yeah, they call in or text or whatever.
Right.
So my side of that is kind of just helping make sure the radio hosts, know what they're saying about
Yes.
St. Jude and supporting them, letting them know where they're at, and that whole process, kind of being the producer of the radio show for a couple days.
Do you bring in patients or families to like tell stories throughout those days?
So sometimes, but more often. So we have pre-recorded like story songs for them.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And like country music stars are huge supporters of St.
Yeah.
Jude. So a lot
Yeah.
of them will do these songs with patients and things like
That's
that.
really
They
cool.
can play. Yeah.
Okay, so radiothons. How
Radiothons.
many of those you do?
I think I'm responsible for like 3, but we have a few more than that in the
Okay.
state.
Okay.
And then I know there's more I do.
And everything else.
And everything else,
and all the
yeah.
rest that just kinda-
Yes.
Because the
Uh-huh.
team, like for St. Jude of
Mhm.
Indiana, it's for the state, right? St. Jude,
Yes.
Indiana.
Yes,
And
it's
so
for
it's
the
a pretty
state.
small team.
Yes. Right
How
now
many
it's
of you are there?
Right now there's like 4 of us based out of Indiana. So Susie being one,
Yep.
Stephanie, my manager, and then Patrick, who is our area executive director.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I met Stephanie at the golf outing.
Oh,
I
right. Yes.
Playing the
Yeah.
golf outing.
Very
It was at
cool.
Bridgewater,
Mhm.
which it's always fun. I'm not a very good golfer, but I
Oh,
always
that's
have
okay.
a good time.
Yes.
Do you help plan that too?
I don't. That's a
Okay,
different.
So that's like one of the things you're like,
one of
"That
the
is
things
not
I
what
don't do. Yeah, but it is a very cool event. So we have that program. We also have a new thing happening this year, which is a basketball-based fundraising event.
Okay.
So like you shoot free throws and get people like a walkathon, but a free throw-a-thon. So you get people to commit
Interesting.
to give you money for however many you hit out of 100 or whatever.
Okay. So like, where do you do that?
That's a great question. So it'll be in March. I'm not in charge of this one, so I
Yeah.
don't know all the details on it. It's going to be in Evansville this year.
Okay. Well, if it's in March, it's like March Madness.
March Madness,
I guess.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it
well,
is
I'll
cool.
keep my eyes peeled for that.
Yes,
That's
I'll share the information.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
always just like these new different
Yeah, lots of
creative
new
ways
events.
of
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
raising awareness and all of
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Wow. Gosh, thank you for that work that you
Oh,
do.
well, thank
That,
you.
I mean, that's really cool.
Yes. Oh,
Especially if somebody with like
yeah.
personal connection.
Oh, yeah.
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 What were you going to say?
The other big thing I do, this just happened, so I don't know why it slipped my mind, but we have
Was it
Oh,
Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah. So we have a walk in September
Oh,
for
right.
Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. This past year was White River State Park.
Okay.
And that, it's a big event. It's a free event for people to participate in, but we encourage them to fundraise. So they'll fundraise. We come walk. We had patient family speak at it this year.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it was very cool. Very meaningful.
And what's the distance? Is it like a 5K?
There's a 5K walk, or there's like a 1.5 mile course they could do instead. Mhm.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
fun.
how many years that's been happening?
That's been
for a while?
happening for a while. This was my first year in charge of it, though. So
Okay.
yeah, my first one.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And remind me again how long you've been at St. Jude. I think you said
Like a year and a few months.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually started like 6 weeks before I got married, which was kind of crazy timing.
just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like planning a wedding,
Uh-huh.
starting a new job.
Uh-huh.
Super easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts. So, oh my gosh, yeah, you coach at Brebeuf.
I do. Yeah.
That's what we haven't talked
Yes.
about. Okay, so your dad was your coach.
My dad was my coach.
And your mother-in-law's a coach.
My mother-in-law is the coach. Yep.
And so does your husband Oliver, did he ever coach?
He coached for about a year.
Okay.
He gave it a try.
Too.
Yeah.
And now you coach now at Brebeuf?
I do. Yeah. So just finished my third cross-country season of coaching. Yeah. Yeah. And then I help with track as well. So this upcoming year will be my third track season of coaching. But
that's so
I love
awesome.
it.
How did you get connected with Brebeuf?
So Joseph Maley Foundation, their sons were Brebeuf and helped with cross country. They knew of this job opening for a coach and let me know. So yeah, got started with that and I love it. It's so fun to like give back and think back to when I was in high school and what would have helped me at that time and helping these girls. So super fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so important. I mean, I just got to hear from Emily Infeld at Monumental.
Yeah.
And like all that she's been sharing about like especially young female athletes. Like,
absolutely.
With body positivity
for
and
sure.
fueling your body and all of the things. Like when you were growing up and you were in cross country, like obviously your dad's your coach. So I'm assuming your dad, I don't know. I'm assuming your dad's not like telling you need to lose weight.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
If so, we have like another problem.
Yes.
But
I was very lucky to grow up with some really good running role models, but definitely like saw that very prevalent throughout my career. Like when I'd go to cross country camps or just be around other runners, it was definitely something you were aware of that was happening, like girls with eating disorders or just like the constant feeling of like, I need to be doing something else to be better. But yeah, I feel very lucky in that I felt very supported and educated on what was important to help me be a strong runner.
Yeah. So how do you bring that to your girls?
Yeah, so we actually have like dietitians or doctors and things come and talk to our girls. I definitely try and like model those behaviors or they're always like, have very open lines of communication about, what are you eating before practice and after practice? Are you getting enough food? Are you hydrating enough? Are you being taken care of in all the ways that you need to be? And encouraging them to get their blood checked if they've been feeling tired and maybe need to start taking some iron, all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes.
That you're able to do that. To give back to you.
Yeah, for sure. And super rewarding for me as well, I think. I'm not in the spot in my own personal running anymore where I'm probably going to run super fast 5K times, but I can feel fulfilled by watching them run the fast times.
Right, getting to cheer that and like see them get better.
Yes.
Their goals.
For sure.
How many women on the cross country team?
This year we had 52.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a big team for a
really
pretty
big.
Small school. Yeah.
So for people who aren't local, Brebeuf is like a local Jesuit high school.
Yeah.
My sister went there. My two sisters went to all different high schools, which is kind of funny. But yeah, how many kids in the school, do you know?
Like between 800 and 900, I think. So to have 50 of them on the cross-country team is kind of crazy.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
And how is the team?
Great. So we had 2 of our girls qualify for state this year and finished super well, 27th and 31st, I think. So
wow,
great
really
season
exciting.
for both of them. Yeah. Moved into our like top 5 all-time times, which is, big deal. But so we actually finished regionals with every girl on our varsity roster running a PR at regionals, which was super impressive. Doesn't happen often.
That is insane.
Yeah. It was very exciting.
How did you celebrate that with them?
We let them celebrate. So they all went to breakfast after the meet. And then we actually have our awards banquet this week. So we'll get to celebrate together. Yeah. Then
that's really fun. Will you do that at the school?
Yes. Yeah.
That's really cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Huge. I'm just like processing that. Every
single one. Yeah.
Woman on varsity running a PR.
Yes. They all ran a PR. Yeah. Some huge PRs. And actually, one girl even tripped and fell during the race and still PR'd.
Okay. What a race.
I know.
That's mind-blowing. That's really
cool.
For
sure.
I love that you take after your dad in that way.
So it's been fun.
Like I said, my dad coached me and my sisters in soccer, but my husband is the one who's coaching girls in soccer. Yeah. Which is fun. Like to see him do that's really fun.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So I want to know what is next for you.
So I think my next race will probably be the Drumstick Dash.
Oh, fun. Do you guys do that every year?
We did it last year. So this will be my second time doing it. Okay. But I remember like in high school and stuff, always doing a turkey trot and that kind of thing. I think they're fun. I know that's controversial.
I mean, not in this podcast.
Not on a running podcast.
At least you're in you're in good company here.
Yes.
Although what's crazy is, well, I used to live in Broderpool. And so we used to do the drumstick.
Yeah.
It like went right by our house where we lived, which is so convenient. But now I don't do one.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like maybe at some point
it's
when
a
the
bit of
girls
a
are a
trek.
little bigger and like want to do it. But my husband deals enough with my running.
Like you can have Thanksgiving
Like,
off.
you can have Thanksgiving off for doing a race. Like I'll still go run usually on Thanksgiving morning, but he at least has that off.
Yeah.
So yeah. Did we miss anything with St. Jude? I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, so I'll run the half marathon there in December. Yeah. So the week after Thanksgiving.
Okay. So that's coming up.
Yes.
And by the time this comes out, that's coming up. So how can people help support you?
So they can go look at St. Jude Memphis Marathon site and find somebody to donate to, or just donate in general to any of our events. Participate, volunteer, sign up to run with us next year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you have a bucket list type races you want to do?
I don't know. I think I want to do at least one more marathon, kind of waiting to see which one. I'm sure I'll also do that and then want to run another one after, but we'll see which one that ends up being. Not sure at the moment. I think it'd be fun to do like all the world majors, but that's obviously a big commitment.
Yes, and so difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, and it's like for you, it would be so interesting because charity running is a great avenue for that.
Yes.
But then again, since it's like kind of your job, then that gets kind of weird.
Yeah. It can be a lot to try and like, compete against the people I'm supposed to be supporting.
Right. I didn't really even think about that.
Yeah.
At all, really.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to like be able to time qualify for them also.
Yeah.
I would see. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your marathon time?
So at Traverse City, I ran 3:21, I think.
Okay.
But the reason I definitely want to do at least one more is because during that race, I ended up getting this massive blister on the bottom of my foot that like split open. So I ended up having to like stop a little bit. So I know there was more that I could have done, ran faster. So in the future.
You had a huge blister on your foot and you ran 3:21. Yeah. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Was that, I don't know how old you are. Was that a Boston qualifying time for you?
It was, but you know how then they have that additional time off. So then I was like pretty close, but not quite for that
So
year.
were you hoping for that, I would assume?
Yeah, I was hoping to.
Yeah.
So
how much more time did you need with the buffer?
I feel like it was like 30-ish seconds, which
so
is
annoying.
tough. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm like, I'm 40 next year. And so I've talked about it plenty on this podcast, but it's like, I hope to qualify for Boston.
Right.
It's like one of those things that they keep moving the goalposts.
Right.
You're like, I just want to know.
Yes.
Like, the
time
that I need so that I don't, get my hopes up. And then
exactly.
like so many people by just seconds, you're like, sorry. It's like, well, if I would have known I needed 30 seconds.
Yeah, I could have like walked one less time. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Got time,
I hope so.
For sure. And what I've found is like, it's so weird, but like, I never thought I would be getting faster as I'm getting older. But
yes. You hear about that a lot now. Like, I feel like just running training and all that is getting so much better that people are able to continue.
Yeah.
For much longer.
We talked about Teddy, your dog. Does Teddy run with you?
He likes to sprint.
Okay.
So sometimes we'll take him on a run and we'll get like a quarter mile, half mile from the house, and he'll just like plant his feet in and refuse to go further.
Okay, so
yeah, it doesn't really work, which is funny because I got him thinking like he would be a good running breed. And then he is not.
Well, you can always get another one.
Yeah.
I'm on the train right now trying to get my husband to get a puppy, but I'm not winning yet. So if you're not working, running, hanging out with Teddy, what do you and Oliver like to do for fun?
We love going to restaurants, like trying new places around here. Indy actually has like a ton of really good restaurants.
Really does. Yeah.
So we like doing that. We recently bought our house, so I've been not renovating is a strong word. Decorating, I would say, and picking out all the furniture and all that kind of stuff.
Something that's fun. That's a huge undertaking.
Yeah. And then traveling, of course. Yeah.
Where do you travel?
So my sister-in-law actually lives in London, so does some of my husband's family. Okay. So we're gonna go. We'll be going there for Christmas this year, which will be fun.
Yes, that's really fun.
Yeah, it'll be super fun. So I've been there a couple times.
Is there a big Christmas market scene in London?
I think there are a few. Actually, this year at Buckingham Palace, they're having one for the first time, like ever. So that'll be really cool.
Oh, that'll be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's been 2-3 years. We went to Germany for the Christmas market.
Yeah.
Because our friends are
Would love to do that.
obsessed with that. And so we're like, okay. And it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
I
That'll
heard
be
good things.
amazing.
Yes, super excited for that. Let's see, where else have I been? Italy, Hawaii is where we went for our honeymoon. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's one I got to get. I went as an infant, which doesn't count. Man, like technically I've been there. Kind of need to
Didn't get to enjoy it.
Yeah, right, not at all. Neither did my parents probably.
Yeah,
as a
probably
result.
not.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you the end of the podcast questions.
Okay.
And we kind of already covered one, but we'll go deeper.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is, what is your favorite running mantra and or song?
My favorite running mantra. So my college coach used to tell me this all the time. It's like, run the lap that you're in, or mile, I guess,
Yes, that's my
now.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because I am, and like many runners, often when it starts to hurt, think about like, oh my gosh, I'm only a third of the way in. How am I going to hold this pace or whatever? And he would always say that to me, which kind of just really helped ground me and remind me, like, it'll probably pass. Just focus on where you're at now and don't worry about the rest of it yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you listen to music when you run?
I do now, often. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any songs? Like, do you have a walkout song?
Oh,
Like a really good pump up song?
My running playlist is largely Taylor Swift music, which, yeah, there's more like pop ones in that now than back when I was in high school listening to like You Belong With Me.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Super like good.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, the rhythm of that song is good.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song on the new album?
Oh, good question. I think Opalite.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good running one.
It's a great running one.
Yeah.
It was actually the only Taylor Swift song I had on my Marine Corps marathon.
Oh, there you go.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next finish line or milestone, we've kind of touched on already.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
running
Yeah.
St. Jude.
Yep. Drumstick Dash, then St. Jude half marathon there.
And then the milestone of it, like, had $500,000 raised.
Yes.
Do you think you'll get there this year or next year?
It will be close this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. If not, then definitely next year.
Yeah. And how do you, speaking of like milestones, like how do you celebrate David? Like, do you celebrate his birthday?
Yeah,
Like, when he
yeah.
passed? Like, what are those milestones?
Yeah,
like
so we do
personally?
both. So his birthday is December 16th, which is always close to the race. Yeah, so we do Memphis Marathon. We have our team shirts every year and then, run the race all together and do stuff there for him. And then on his birthday and the day that he passed, my family likes to like eat one of his favorite meals. So often we'll do sushi. So he's a big sushi guy.
That means that's
yeah, it's really
hilarious,
funny.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So often sushi or some of the other things that he liked. And then usually we'll watch like a movie of like, so he was super into like Star Wars, Harry Potter, like those kinds of things. So if there's a new one of those out, we'll go see it in the theater. If not, we'll find, watch a different one at home. But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I just think about him pretty much every day now. So yeah.
And
Always doing
what
things.
do you get signs from him? Like, do you feel like, how does he show up for you?
Yeah, so I remember when he was a kid, he always really, really wanted a puppy. Like his whole bedroom was like puppy themed. Like every like writing prompt at school was like, I wish I could have a puppy. I'm so mad at my parents that I can't have
Did
a
he
puppy.
never get a puppy?
So when he was a patient at St. Jude, he eventually got his puppy. So we still have Dexter. It's my parents' dog. But he also had this it was actually a stuffed bear, but he named it Puppy and was convinced it was a puppy.
Okay, it is now.
Yeah. And so he gave that to me when he like kind of knew he was at the end and he wanted me to have it. So he gave that to me. And then I remember like when he passed, saying like every time I saw a dog on my run, I would think of him. And so that's something I still do.
That's
like
great.
whenever I
'Cause
see
there's so
dogs.
many dogs. Well, I mean, if you run, where do you
Yeah.
run?
The Monumental a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, on our rail trail, there's all kinds of dogs.
Yes.
At Monumental this year.
Lots of
the
dogs.
showed
Yes. Dogs during races. I love to see those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Especially now that there's like, well, at Marine Corps, and I know at Chicago, I saw like, they'll like have signs for like free pet with the dogs.
Yes.
So I got to pet a dog during my marathon. And that's always great.
Yes.
At New York, they had therapy dogs.
Did they really? I
at the
love
start line,
that.
which I actually said to my friend Ashley, who I ran with at Monumental, I was like, our team, we need to have therapy dogs at the start. It'd be so great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're like,
I would love that
really
right before the
nervous.
start of a race.
Right. Just like to like calm your nerves
Yeah.
and That's really fun. I love that he did eventually get a puppy. Did he name Dexter?
He named Dexter, yes. And there's some debate in my family if it's like off of Dexter's Laboratory or like Dexter, the like
the
serial killer show.
I know that's what I think of, but like, I mean, who knows? That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so grateful to you for doing this.
Yeah.
And for all the work you do for St. Jude, which is just such important work for so many families.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank you to everybody who has listened.
Yes.
And happy running.
Happy running.
If you enjoyed this episode of Finish Lines and Milestones from SandyBoy Productions, please share, rate, review. Again, I appreciate you guys so much. And good luck to anyone racing CIM this weekend. I know that my friend Christy D is out there, along with Anthony Bruns, who is soon to be on this podcast. And I am cheering you all on. See you next week.